Hello Gemini, welcome to the Spiritual Centre. I'm Sonia Parker and here is your July tarot reading for 2020. I hope you're well. I am continuing with the different style of readings again this month. So I will also be continuing with the offer of free readings. Thank you to everybody who commented for the month of June, and I hope that the readings resonated with you that I got to do. The decks that I'm using are the Crystal Oracle, excuse me, and the tarot deck is the Cosmic Tarot. Okay, as always, I've pulled a card for the overall energy, and the card that I've pulled this month is Aquamarine, and then there will be a tarot card for each of the 4 weeks. Okay, so the overall energy is Aquamarine, and the words that go with this card are moderation, gentleness, and compassion. This card is a sign for you this month, Geminis, to help you overcome a situation or a current conflict. But this is going to happen with gentleness and with compassion, because these aren't weaknesses. These are actually strengths. Doesn't mean you're going to be giving into a situation. It means how you handle that situation is going to be with gentleness. So things will get resolved this month. But if you can use these qualities to resolve any conflicts, then it will be much more amicable for everyone who's concerned. And I do feel there's going to be a positive outcome for you as well. And you will look back on this moment and be really pleased with the way that you've handled it. Compassion and tolerance are 2 great strengths, and they show you just who you are and what sort of character you are. So a lesson will be learned, but you will have a much greater sense of personal achievement as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the tarot and get some guidance for you for the month of July. First card is the Princess of Pentacles. Second is the Ten of Swords. The third is the 8. Last card is the 9 of Pentacles. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card, which is the Karma card. Okay, so as we go into the first week, we've got the Princess of Pentacles. So I feel that you may not even realise what this conflict is or this situation. It's not necessarily going to come to a head until the second week. And I feel that's when you're going to deal with this situation. This is when things are going to be dealt with and finalised. I'm feeling around the 7th, so it's really early on into that second week. We're almost right at the beginning of that second week. And I feel that with the 10 of Wands, it's almost as though you've taken on too much and it's time to give it out to others. It's time to unburden your shoulders, take the weight off your shoulders. I don't feel a clear up. I feel this is you're taking on somebody else's energy. I feel you're taking on somebody else's problems, or you're dealing with somebody else's problems. I feel this is a personal one-to-one thing. And it's time for you to shift that energy. It's time for you to shift the burdens of responsibility. I feel that that is what's causing conflict. Even if that conflict isn't out in the open, I feel it's something that you need to address, even if it is with compassion and gentleness, as the Aquamarine card suggests. As you go into the third week, we've got the 8 of Swords. Now, the great thing with the 8 of Swords is I still feel that conflict's still there. With the 8 of Swords, if we look, she's in the middle of all those swords and they're all around her. But the reality is she can step outside of those swords anytime she wants to. The swords are all mental anguish and things that are going on. So this is almost as though any worries or any about this situation are all with you. They're not with the other person. The other person is almost turned their back and they don't care. So it's all you that's suffering for it, and the only person that is suffering is you. And it's almost as though you're going to come to terms with that in that third week, because by the time you get to the fourth week, you've got the 9 of Pentacles. So you've got the Princess here and you've got the 9 there. It's almost as though you're going to have an awakening, I feel, in the middle of the month. You're always going as though you're going to, I don't say wake up because that's not the right words I want to say, but well, actually, yes, it is. You're going to wake up to somebody that around you or a situation around you, and you're going to handle it with a positive outcome as well. The card we've got for the overall energy is the Justice card. And if we look at the card, she's got 2 lights that are coming out of her eyes. It's almost as though it's intuition. The Justice card is very much a card of karma. And you don't have to do anything. It's almost as though you're an observer to justice. And I do feel that with this situation, when we said gentleness and compassion, it's almost as though there's nothing that you need to do. You can step out of this situation. The 8 is asking you to step away from this situation. Step out from this situation and look at it from another point of view. I want one more card for you as another clarifier for this situation and what's going on. That card is the 4 of Pentacles. The 4s have come out a lot this month. And the 4 of Pentacles is somebody who... So insecurity is the word I get, because 4 of Pentacles is someone who holds on to things because they're scared. And I feel that the insecurity is with the other person, not you. I don't feel that insecurity is with you, although it could be with you. I feel this insecurity is with another person, and this is where their issues lie. Their issues lie, and this is what part of the conflict is. I do feel that they will reveal more about themselves to you, especially around that 3rd week. I've said look out for the 7th, but I also want you to look out for the 23rd. The 23rd of June is almost as though somebody is going to have, I wouldn't say a meltdown, but they are going to kind of break down their barriers and they're going to reveal themselves to you. I don't think that they've had the best of notice, but it's almost as though they realise that and it's now going to come out in the open. But what transpires from that is going to be good. It has got positive outcomes, so I do sense that you're going to feel that as well. Okay, Geminis, that's your reading for July. If you like the free personal reading that I spoke about, all you need to do is type yes please in the comments and give me your date of birth, your full date of birth, and I will give you your life purpose card and also your 2020 tarot experience card for what you should be experienced this year based on your date of birth. I'm actually doing these as live Zoom lessons as well, so if you fancy joining me, pop over to my website, thespiritualcentre.net, and subscribe to the newsletter, and you'll be sent all the details in the newsletter. I have got a newsletter going out shortly. We are doing sessions on the pendulum, on holistic energy, remote viewing. We've got a crystal grid one coming up shortly and a spirit animal one as well. So please take a look. Please take a look at some other videos as well on the channel. Bless you for watching. I hope you all have a beautiful July.